Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits, so get ready to be inspired. Our special guests today are Dr. Gabriella Garcia and Tess Ortega with Storyteller. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, I'm so glad you are here. I know there's a lot of new things going on at your place. There's always something wonderful happening there. And let's just start with a little groundwork. I was surprised to see on your website that you started in 1988 at Transition House. And now here you are today. Oh my gosh, you have 3 centers and da-da-da-da. Anyway, please tell us about those early days and then what's happening today.
Yeah, definitely. It certainly has come full circle, starting in the parking lot of Transition House in 1988.
Parking lot.
Right. As a closed off area for children to play safely while their parents looked for work or took a vacation. And of course, they were living in the shelter. And so Storyteller was born from the idea of people coming together to support our community's children, to really help and invest in them as the future of our community. And so now today we have 3 centers, one back at Transition House, and that's our infant and toddler center that we took over operations of 2.5 years ago, which is really exciting. So we have a wonderful partnership with Transition House. And our De La Vina campus is strong and awesome as ever, as well as our State Street campus.
Gosh. And so the De La Vina and the State Street, are they certain ages or how does that work?
Great question. So yes, our infant center serves children from 6 weeks of age until 24 months. And then we move over to either State Street or our De La Vina campus. State Street also has a toddler classroom as well as a preschool classroom serving children 3 to 5. And De La Vina is a California state preschool program serving children 3 to 5.
Okay,
getting them ready to prepare for kindergarten.
Yes.
To enter on par with their peers.
Getting ready for kindergarten is so important. I mean, it's really the basis that a life is built on, nowadays especially, huh?
Right.
Yeah, we know that from 0 to 5, about 90% of brain development happens. So we're intervening at the most critical point of a child's development. Past our, 3 campuses, we serve 150 kids per year.
150.
Yeah, and we're extremely proud of that number. That's a 30% increase in our average year over year for the past few years. So
gosh.
The need is clear.
Yeah, well, the need is there, and people, donors, supporting your great work is also hopefully increasing so that you can serve the need that is increasing.
Right, 100%. We still do have a fairly significant wait list, and we're always looking for supporters to help with student tuition and scholarships. That's a very large part of our fundraising efforts is to get as many kids into our classrooms. We have the space, we just need a little bit more funding.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have the space, you have a waiting list,
Right.
and so all you need is some donors to come and, pay for some scholarships so that more kids can come. Gosh, I don't think I knew that. And so you're a 501c3 nonprofit, and so those donations are tax deductible. And I bet you have a website that says donate now.
We sure do.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Tess, our development director, does a great job at making sure that it's everywhere and people know how they can get involved and contribute at wearestoryteller.org.
That is great. So get involved. How does a person get involved?
Yeah, that's a great question. You can always reach out to me via email. My email is tess@wearestoryteller.org, or through our website. There's different ways on there, whether it's volunteerism that you're interested in, hosting a lunch and learn with your company or your friends. But also giving and coming to our events is a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. I like to say people can give with their time, their talent, or their treasure.
Yes.
All of those different areas of philanthropy are important to us, and there's something for everyone. So just reach out.
And you have some great events, very fun events. I've been to them, I know.
Yeah, we've seen you on the dance floor. It's so fun. But it's also, I take a lot of pride in our events because we make sure that every part of our event really represents our programs and our mission. And so many of the things at our events, children have touched and helped create. And so that's one of the really magical things about our events.
Yeah. Your work is so inspiring and so important. And as I was saying earlier, before the show started, when you think about it, your work really touches the lives of so many people for generations. So,
Right.
so tell us about your work. Tell us about, maybe the story of one of the families or the children or that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm happy to take that one. So our work is early childhood education, 6 weeks to 5 years, all things trauma.
6 weeks to 5 years. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get my brain around that. See, because then after 5, they go to kindergarten. right?
Yes. So a large part of our programs are supporting children be kindergarten ready, as well as mitigate the risk associated with adverse childhood experiences that they may have had.
Oh.
All of our children do have some form of adversity that they are fighting against, and we know that that hinders long-term development, educational outcomes. And so by investing early and often, we're really able to help mitigate risks associated with those, adverse experiences long-term. We know that when we invest 0 to 5, I believe the statistic is for every dollar invested, about 9 to 16 come back
Wow.
in community-wide benefits. So really, we invest now so that down the line we have a healthier, more productive Santa Barbara.
Wow. That is just something. And so I bet you have a story to tell us about.
Yeah. Oh, I
Or
skipped
2
over
or
that.
5.
Yeah, I think one that really sticks out to me. We had a mother who experienced a domestic violence situation. Unfortunately, her young children were witnesses to that. She faced housing insecurity as a result, leaving that situation. But through Storyteller support and programming, her children became kindergarten ready. We were able to mitigate those areas of trauma, but we also helped Mom. Mom is graduating from UCSB.
Oh, wow.
We spoke with her recently. She's looking at master's programs.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, so I think that's a really great example of how we're really breaking cycles of poverty. We know that when a parent receives higher education and goes to school, their child is more likely to do that as well. So overall, we're helping the entire family unit and creating long-term systemic change.
That's a great story. So I've heard the term trauma-informed,
Care.
from time to time.
Yeah.
And so maybe you can tell me a little bit more about that. I mean, do you have therapists or how does that happen?
Trauma-informed care is an approach to early childhood education that we implement into all of our programs. So that's ensuring that children have safe, predictable environments, that they are being nurtured and cared for, but also that our staff are all trained and prepared in how to react and help our students, right, who have experienced either some form of trauma or other adversity. And so we partner with CALM for all of our on-site as well as our reflective practice for our staff. So on-site, that looks like modeling for the teachers and how to help students who might be experiencing difficult behaviors because of chronic stress or anxiety or whatever it is that they are facing in their current challenges. And we often think, how could children experience stress? Well, it very much is possible. Even in utero, children do feel that there is, the stress hormone cortisol elevates in children, even if they are babies, and they might not be able to tell us.
Yeah.
But what that comes out as are behaviors, right? And so the behaviors are communication, and it is our job to make sure that we are equipped and trained in how to respond to help children regulate themselves. And then, as I mentioned, we have reflective practice for our staff, because an unregulated adult can't help regulate a child, right? And
Right.
so that is the really important full circle loop that we ensure is happening throughout all of our programs, is that our staff are also being supported. We also make sure that our families know what resources are available to them. We're able to really partner with our families. And as Tess mentioned, I think that is the most important part here, right? Some parents only know what they know. And if they were never given the tools, then
Good point.
how are they able to break those cycles? So in partnering with the families with a trauma-informed approach, we're able to help give them the tools to also help their children at home. And it really is a team effort. So we're very proud to be able to be an expert in this area in the early childhood education space, because we want to mitigate the long-term effects of chronic stress and other infant early childhood mental health issues long-term, right? And so what we're truly rewiring a child's brain.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, absolutely, because stress cortisol will rewire your brain as a baby, as a child. And so providing love, a safe, nurturing environment is essential throughout all of our programs, and that's exactly what we do. It really, has always stuck with me. One of our parents a few years ago said that in getting to know other families at Storyteller, these were some of the safest 8 hours that the children get in a day.
Oh, man.
Many children, and we often don't think about this because we might be really privileged, right? And that we don't have to think about this, but a lot of children who go home don't have outdoor space to play and learn and grow and just be children, right?
Yeah.
And so we at Storyteller really believe that the essence of our mission is love, and that we are so prideful in being able to provide that safe and nurturing environment for all of our families.
Wow, we are so lucky to have you in our
Thank you.
community. So do you do parent education then?
Yeah, we partner with parents. Parents are our children's first teachers. But we also, in addition to regular parenting sort of workshops and support, connect parents to community resources.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, and we just launched a new program, Thrive, and that really is based on the idea that we want parents to have financial stability. So in addition to financial literacy courses and workforce development courses, we're partnering with parents so that they can create that foundation of stability and continue with the positive practices that we're teaching our children throughout the day, and making sure that issues like housing insecurity maybe are mitigated through creating greater financial stability through education.
That's great. So it sounds like you collaborate with a lot of different organizations.
Yeah, we're always open to collaborating and believe that there's power in many, right?
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely. We're happy to work with other organizations who are doing great work, and that way we can be stronger together for our community.
So you mentioned volunteers. What kind of volunteer jobs are there? And do you train people for them, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a really great question. We actually recently also just launched our Storyteller Giving Circle, which is a quarterly volunteer program. We'll have participants come volunteer to create goodie bags for our kids, nutrition bags for our families. So that's a really great way to get involved after hours, once per quarter. It's not too heavy of a lift. But for those who really want to get their hands dirty and hang out with kids, there is a process. You can reach out to me for that, and we can get you started with art projects and, maybe helping prepare food for the breakfast, lunch, and snack that we give our kids every day.
Yeah.
So many opportunities.
Great.
There's something for everyone, truly.
Yeah, and well, I would encourage people to look at your website. It's a wonderful
Yeah.
website with lots of great information on it.
Thank you. Absolutely. And to add on to that, getting involved in our gala is also an exciting way to really enter into Storyteller and see a little bit of the back end too.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. I can hardly wait for the gala. So let's see. So I wanted to just go back to the idea of scholarships because it sounds like that's so important. You have people on the waiting list, and you really need donors to come forward and help with that. Do families pay to come? And if so, how do you determine that? Is it a sliding scale?
Yeah, that's a great question. All of our programs are at no cost to families.
No cost.
At no cost on average. It costs us about $27,000 to provide tuition for a year per child.
Okay, $27,000 a year per child.
Right.
That's what it costs you.
Yeah, and children come to us from typically referral sources such as pediatricians, other social services.
Okay.
And there is a screening process based on income as well as adversity that they are facing. So all of our families are 100% under the poverty line. And we really work hard to make sure that we're able to provide all of our services at no cost. And that's why it's so important for folks in our community to support us. And we have had a great donor base. And in some unprecedented times, it's ever more important.
Oh boy, isn't that the truth? Nowadays, it's more important than ever for donors to step forward and say, this is important.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put my dollars to work there.
Yeah, 100%. And I think to expand off of what Gabriella said, we know that in Santa Barbara, childcare is about $2,000 per month for most families. And seeing that 100% of our families are low income and under-resourced, that's a major financial burden. And it forces many families across Santa Barbara to choose between staying home with their child and providing childcare or going to work and creating that financial stability. At Storyteller, we don't believe families should have to make that choice. We want to create a space where they can drop off their child, know that they're safe, they're healing, they're growing, and they're reaching those critical milestones. So adopting or providing a scholarship for a student really supports an entire family unit and their ability to be successful. And our costs are really on par with that of Santa Barbara. So it's quite the high price at $27,000 to provide a child with a full year of tuition assistance. But we also offer partial scholarships. So if a potential supporter may want to only provide 1 month, 6 months, or partner maybe with a few friends to support one child.
Idea.
Yeah. There's so many different ways to support, and it's essential for these children and their entire family unit.
Yeah. And it all adds up. So whatever somebody wants to
Right.
give, you would say,
Absolutely.
come on down.
And it all helps our community. And I believe that every child should have equitable access to high quality early childhood education.
Every child should have that. Every family should have that. Every community
Right.
should have that for their families and their children.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes Santa Barbara so special. We're known as a place of beauty and privilege, but Storyteller keeps its door open, on the basis of the generosity of our community.
Yeah.
So $25 helps support art supplies.
Yeah.
Art supplies are so critical for development, so anything helps.
Well, thank you so much for all this important work you're doing. And thanks for coming on our show. Tell us
Absolutely.
about
We
it.
would love to invite anybody who would like to come take a tour, check out our new playground
new playground.
our new
Yay.
playground that after 2 years finally opened with the awesome generosity of our board, the Audrey Hillman Fisher Foundation, and so many others that really pulled this together for us. Our children have a beautiful new playground to learn and play, because play really is at the center of healing in our curriculum and exploring and growing. So we're very excited. Come see the magic for yourself.
Oh, gosh. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.